All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Golfballing Podcast, episode number 291. I'm joined here by nobody. I am alone here, and episode 291, man. It's Monday, January 19th. Chris got her up to the Ryder Cup, just won the Sony Open, the first event of the 2025 season. What else we got? TGL is going on. I'm playing golf tomorrow morning at 8. And it is going to be about 40 degrees here in Florida at the time of my tee time. So that should be a little interesting. We've got a solo pod, man. I haven't done this in a while. Real quick, especially if you're listening to this on audio, hopefully this sounds all right. There was like that Verizon, they like clipped a bunch of different carrier networks, whatever, in America. Something happened. Some outage happened last week, and ever since then, I can't do jack diddly squat on my laptop. So this is on my phone using a different microphone, and I have to stand kind of close to it. So hopefully it sounds fine. And then if you want to watch this on YouTube, I'm live on, or you can watch it on YouTube, because quality is actually pretty decent. We don't have Ryan's stupid freaking green crap blinking every 10 seconds if you've ever watched one of our YouTube videos. So, solo episode, I'm very excited. I'm also nervous because I don't know what I'm going to be talking about other than a handful of different topics. It's been a while since our last solo episode. I'm going to throw in a Zin, a Spearmint, real quick. And we're talking golf balling. As a lot of you guys may know, Golfballing got shut down almost 3 years ago. In May, we will be 3 years since the Golfballing shut down from PGA Tour copyright from the 2023 PGA Championship. And this upcoming fall will be like 3 years since Golfballing got stolen. So I wanted to talk a little bit because I feel like, especially when I have, it's always Ryan on the podcast, it's not that personal. I always want to talk about golf balling. I always want to talk about my golf game and life and stuff like that. And I don't know, it's a little bit more difficult in a conversation because it's just kind of back and forth and there's nothing going on. The point is, I'm very pissed off at my 2025, technically better than my 2024, but this is the year that I am just trying to get back into golf. I'm trying to play way more golf. I did the gin, or I checked my gin from last year, and I've only got 10 rounds in my gin from 2025, and that pisses me off so unbelievably much. Now, granted, I had some toe crap that set me off for about 2 or 3 months this past year, which was super annoying. I also cut the tip of my middle right finger off, and that added another month. Like, I would say 25% of this past year I was injured and just could not play golf, which sucks, and injuries suck. But I played 10 gin rounds, and I own a golf company. I've got 290 Golfballing podcast episodes. We've got a YouTube, I tweet, I've got an account called Mr. Golfballing, and I cannot be playing golf 10 times a year. So I decided I'm going to be playing, my goal is 100 rounds. I'm getting up there this year. I'll probably be around 10 when January is said and done, because it's first off freezing cold in Florida in the morning. It's literally going to be 40 degrees tomorrow at 8 a.m. And prices in Florida, it's like $100 to play golf no matter the time. But I want to play twice a year or twice a week. I'm shooting for 100 rounds. I don't know too many people in the area. I don't know anybody in the area. So it's all solo. And I'm hoping in the summer, going on some golf trips, go down, visit Ryan, Nick comes in, whatever the case is, there will be more golf. So I'm actually really hoping for more than 100 rounds of golf, but probably around 7 something on the year. Nothing too crazy, nothing too good. But Monday mornings, I've been trying to golf every single Monday morning. I did not today. It's Monday afternoon. I just got back from the gym, and I like Monday morning the most because people are going to work and nobody is on the golf course. So the people out on the golf course are either complete and utter sticks, and the others are just retired old people or retired people. I feel like old sounds derogative. So just old, just retired people. And it's always a good time. And you play quick, 3, max 4 hours if it's a little bit later on, especially because sunlight. But Monday mornings, I've been doing it. I didn't do it today. It was way too cold. It was way too cold in the morning. So I decided to do it for tomorrow. And that's been huge. But like I said, I just need to play more golf. I started a blog in 2025. You can check it out. I'll put the link in the description here. It's a Substack, if you know what Substack is. And I fired off a bunch of blogs in the middle of the summer, and then alluding back to how little I played golf, I just did not golf from like September to pretty much this past month. So no blogs. It eats me up every single day that I just have yet to find my place back into the golf world. Memes are so out. I still enjoy making a meme or two. I think I'm still the best memer in the game, but memes are just so overdone. They're just overdone. Maybe not in like life or just social media in general, but golf memes are super overdone. It's a lot of just kind of the same stuff. And then the Instagram scope has changed just in general. Golfballing and like Zyre Golf, we got started posting kind of fun videos, viewer submissions, viral golf content, and you can't get away with that anymore. I don't even try it because first off, Instagram's got this thing called reused content. So if I were to just like go on Zyre Golf, take their last 50 videos, post them on a random golf account, Instagram clips that, and they get you for reused content. Now, Zyre Golf and what's the other one? Breezy Golf and, some of the bigger golf accounts, there's ways to get around it where it will be like a screenshot of a golf submission or a golfer playing golf. There will be a screenshot with like writing on it, usually a tweet, and then you have to swipe and it's a video. That's how you get around reused content, but I don't want to reuse content. I didn't. Golfballing's just me, and I always say we. I didn't reuse any content in 2025. It was all original golf content. What I mean by original is just go on the Golfballing Instagram page if you haven't already. I got the username back, so go on Golfballing, and today's post, for example, was JB Holmes, a picture of him in the 6th or 7th grade on his high school varsity team. So original in that sense. I didn't take that picture, but it's stuff you don't really see in the golf world, and I don't know, I like it. So my point just is, you can't, only unless you're like Zyre Golf or Breezy or you've got a bunch of followers, you can't post the same amount of the same golf stuff that you used to grow a golf business or a golf meme page or an entertainment page and stuff like that. So Instagram has completely changed, and even if it didn't, Golfballing, I grew it to 600,000 followers and it was awesome and a lot of fun memories and that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, sick of reused content. The amount of people that would come into your DMs and, complain about your post being on the account is also crazy, and I can see both sides. It's not an issue if you have 1 million followers. People are happy to be posted on your page, but not so much with like 100K or whatever. So my point is, Instagram landscape has just changed, and even if it didn't, I don't want to be the content curator and what's the word, like aggregator or something like that, where you're just repurposing other people's content. So I stayed away from that in 2025. I grew Golfball, and it's up to 109, 110,000 followers, whatever it is. And that's all fine and dandy. And I still love Instagram, and I love posting on Instagram, but I long for more. And the whole purpose of Golfballing, and I've got this, I almost fell. I've got this dang sign here, the old Golfballing vision board. The whole purpose, whether it was, oh my goodness. All right, audio. God, that thing's a pain in the ass. Anyways, the purpose of Golfballing was to grow a following, post cool stuff, and play golf, and post cool stuff from us golfing. And obviously, Sean's not with us now. Nick's not with us now, and I'm all alone down here in Florida. And I tried the whole YouTube golf thing, and it wasn't really my thing. We posted a bunch. Sean's in some, Nick's in a bunch. I tried the whole YouTube golf thing, and I just didn't really like it. It was a couple of years ago, but it's completely changed. Like, YouTube golf has blown up since the time I used to do it last. And so my point is, no more content curation, repurposing content. No more YouTube golf, being out there in the golf world. So what's next for golfballing? I have no clue. And I haven't had a clue for over 2 years now. And I'm just sick of not having a vision for this company. And I'm just sick of not doing anything. So that's why I decided to start golfing as much as I can this year, make more videos, do more podcasts like this, write more blog posts, and just kind of document and detail things that I am interested in the golf world. Trying to think of some examples, still getting back into it. It's crazy how much rust there is when you first get back into golf, and I have this horrible tendency to when things are not going well in my life, I usually completely abandon golf. When people don't even know the first iteration of golfballing, we grew it to, Sean, Nick, and me, we grew golfballing to like 50,000 followers. We were about to graduate from high school, so we sold the account and went off to college, and I made golfballing. So I sold the first golfballing in 2017, or we did, and then it got rebranded. So the next day I just made a new golfballing account, and I just posted, random repurposed content for like 2 years. And then eventually COVID hit and it started to pop off. But my point is, when I graduated from high school and I was on the golf team, I was so done with golf, and golfballing was gone. Granted, I was a freshman in college and a sophomore in college in Chicago, and it's hard to golf in Chicago, especially without a car, but it's just hard in general. There's some city courses, but I didn't have my sticks. My point is, the last thing I wanted to do was play golf for like 2 years. And when golfballing got clipped for copyright and then stolen a few months later, I had no interest in the game. I had no interest in the sport. I had absolutely no interest being affiliated with golf, seeing it on TV, seeing it on my phone, God forbid, playing golf. So I'm sick of that. And I'm just sick of not playing golf. Golf's so fun. I love the early mornings. I like playing alone. I like meeting new people, even when they throw you in a cart and you got to kind of talk to a rando for 18 holes. Yeah, everyone's always cool. Everyone's got a fun story to tell, and it's just a good time. It's good to meet people, cool to hear people's stories, and do some thinking if it's a little bit slow, not a talkative round. I just want to play more golf. So we're doing that. I'm doing that. Keep saying we. And as far as documentation goes, I'm thinking the podcast and the blog. Like I said, I'll put the blog down below. I haven't done one in months. I'm about to go on a little thing here in the next couple of days, so I'm going to be writing a decent bit. You'll probably see a blog post by the end of January, but I'm going to start cracking away. I love to write, and I love to play golf, so want to combine it because, the issue when you lose a social media account is I wasn't big on the podcast. I'm not big on YouTube. I'm not big on Twitter. I'm not big on anything else. I'm not, Bob Does Sports level. I'm not Garrett Clark level. So if I lose an account, there's no just follow the Twitter. We'll remake a new one and we'll let you know on Twitter. So that's the thinking with the Substack is having your email and being able to talk to you. And if anything, God forbid, were to happen again, we're able to go to the Substack and I'm able to write about it and tell you what's going on. And I think you guys get the point. And so it's been 15 minutes. I have no interest in the TGL, like literally at all. There's probably one tonight. The NFL season's about to end, and we had some really phenomenal football on Saturday and Sunday, and I had no interest of watch, or I had interest of watching the Sony Open, but I didn't because there's golf on. So checking the TGL, it looks like it's tomorrow. What day is it? Tuesday, January 20th, there's one. There's one next Monday. Seems like it's every Monday or Tuesday. It's just kind of a complicated, confusing schedule. I don't really understand it. Brooks Koepka just rejoined the PGA Tour. He's going to be playing at the end of the month. I think he might be playing this next week. This next week might be Torrey Pines. So I think it is because Scotty Scheffler's playing. The PGA Tour is back. Chris Gotterup won. He was my sleeper pick. My pick was Jordan Spieth, and my sleeper was Chris Gotterup, and that's the joke is my sleepers are never really sleepers, but Gotterup's a beast. I think that was his third win in 49 PGA Tour events. The dude is so New Jersey. He's so like old school Italian New Jersey dude to me. Could be on like an episode of Sopranos. I love the way he strikes the football. I love the way he strikes the golf ball. He's got so much power. He's cool. He's calm. He's composed. He 1,000% should have been at the Ryder Cup. Still is kind of annoying that he wasn't. And there's something special about Chris Gotterup. He's won 3 times in his first 50 PGA Tour starts, so there's definitely something there. But the way he carries himself, the journey, the story he's had, he's was successful in college, Rutgers and Oklahoma, and I think it's just a really cool story. And he's young-ish. I say on the pod all the time, like golf needs. I'm really hopeful for this upcoming generation of golfers to start bringing some like swagger back to the game, start bringing some personality. I think that new gen, 5 to 10 years, I think you'll start to see a little bit more flair in the PGA Tour. But like, I don't know, Colin Morikawa comes to my mind right away. Xander Schauffele even. That's kind of like the outside of Scotty Scheffler, like Xander. Outside of Scotty and Rory, I should say. It's Xander, Cantley, Russell Henley was the favorite to win the Sony Open. Like, they're good golfers, but they're, 30-ish. And there's not too much personality there. And Chris Gotterup, he's 26 years old, July 20th, 1999. We were born in the same year, same month even. I'm really happy he got this victory. He's one cool dude. So congratulations to Chris Gotterup for winning the Sony Open. And I watched a little bit on Thursday and Friday nights. I like when they go to Hawaii because golf's on at night. Like I said, Saturday, Sunday was kiboshed. I'm so happy the Bears lost. Sorry to any Bears fans. I'm very sorry to any Bears fans watching this video. I'm a Packers fan, and I'm very glad the Chicago Bears lost that football game, especially after Caleb Williams, might have been the craziest pass I've ever seen completed. I can't believe the Bears lost, and I'm happy, but I do feel for you. So the future is bright. And then Saturday night, we had Seattle, San Fran, Buffalo, Bo Nix breaks his ankle on the second to last, or I guess that ended up not being it. This isn't a football podcast, but I did watch a little bit of golf on Thursday and Friday, and the course is beautiful. I'm always talking about how I want to go to Hawaii. I went once as a kid. I think I was in 5th grade, so my memories are I don't have too much memories from them, but what I do was awesome, beautiful, and I would love to get to Hawaii week or whatever, play some golf, and I guess I'm sure that's like everybody's dream is to go to Hawaii. But let's see, Live Golf. You had Ram Reed and Cam Smith, or no, I think it was Ram, Bryson, and Cam Smith all had the opportunity to join Brooks Koepka on the PGA Tour. They all declined, and they're going to be finishing it off. Not surprised with Cam Smith, not surprised with John Rahm, and not surprised with Bryson DeChambeau because he's under contract for 1 more year. But I do think Live in the next, 2026 now? I'm not very sure Live will exist in 2030 at the end of the decade. So there's that. They're making a women's TGL. I don't think I need to comment on that. Pretty crazy. And yeah, I think that's really it for the Golfballing Podcast episode 291. To summarize the gist, I am playing golf and I am going to be talking about golf. So hopefully you enjoyed the episode. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we'll see you guys probably next week, but it might be on Tuesday or Wednesday. Peace.